All right, so you've come a long way as we started working. You flew into Vegas. We've done work together. You know, you've gone from that 80s golfer to the guy who's pushing into the 60s. So over the years, you have been on the steeper side traditionally. You've been a big flipper through impact, and you've had trouble rotating in the golf ball. Now, when I first got here, I noticed how well that shaft is falling behind you now, okay? So everything in terms of shaft movement is working. That big turn that we worked on last time I saw you is really coming together. Shaft's moving well in the golf ball, but you still have a hard hand release, okay? And I noticed that you try and push out of the ground. You try and get everything launching up and around, but you do it too late, okay? So one of the feels that I want you to have is that when the club is coming down and it starts getting close to parallel, is that you're going to take this lead foot. I can see the pressures moving into the outside of the foot well, but you're going to take and really launch everything up and back right before impact, okay? Get that, feel like that foot's going to get airborne for me. So set up for me real quick. We'll do this in freezer form. Go up top and stop, okay? Start coming down and stop, boom. We get club parallel. Now launch out of the ground and work around the corner. Beautiful. Do it again for me. Launch. Beautiful. Now you need to make sure, here's another feel that you can help really clean up that contact. When you're launching this back, this foot now needs to push everything forward, right? You want to feel like your right hip is moving around and towards your target. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Give me that feel again. Push forward and try and replace the positions there. See, you got to get that foot farther forward. Or that hip farther forward, I'm sorry. Kick. There you go. One more. That's beautiful. Launch it. Good. Now, try and do that drill where you really get that pressure moving forward. If you're kicking that hip forward, that's going to allow you to feel like you're hitting the ball with the right shoulder. Down. That's clean. There we go. Now, try and put that feel together and hit me a full swing real quick. I really feel like you're launching out. Give me all the speed you have. It's a little thin. Let's do it again. Really get out of the ground. Give me all the speed you got. It's launched. Nice little draw. That's perfect. So that's the feel that you need to have. Get out of the ground and really feel like you're hitting it with your chest versus trying to swat out with your arms. Okay. All right, so you're a good player. You shoot in the mid-70s consistently. Now, you're also a pretty good ball striker. But we noticed some interesting movement patterns that you have, okay? I noticed that a lot of times when I see you swing, you're adding a lot of loft. We were talking about TrackMan numbers earlier and what you're chasing. We want to get the dynamic loft down, okay, and we want to get the hands forward, okay? Now, in order to put you in a position where you do that, one of the keys is going to be changing your setup and then changing how the club moves in the backswing, right? Now, you actually swing over the top naturally, right? Yeah. You counteract everything by getting in here really closed off and cutting across the golf ball, okay? I want you to sit there and get everything more neutral, aimed at the target, okay? That's the first tip I want you to do. But then from there, we want to change how the club moves in the backswing. So set up for me real quick. We want to get this club working more vertical going back, okay? The key to that, set up for me, is going to be to feel that your shoulders are moving at a bigger angle going back, right? They're way more tilted. So you see how that lead shoulder there is more pointed at the golf ball? Yeah. You see how vertical that shaft is in the backswing? Yeah. Okay? That's going to actually get you in a position where you can get a little laid off at the top. You were trying to get everything laid off, but you were chasing it the wrong way, right? Okay. You were pulling the club away from you and throwing it behind you and then standing up late, which had all the forces pushing that way, throwing the club over the top in transition. So if you can get that feel there, that's going to get in a better position where you can put the right forces on in the downswing. Okay, so that's better. Now, when you're swinging, I want you to really feel as though you're moving your pressure more forward, right? You hit a lot of chunks, which is something that you see a lot with players who just kind of camp out on their back foot and turn like this, right? I want you to feel when you go up to the top of your backswing that you're going to really push into the inside part of your right foot, okay? That's your trail foot. And then from there, feel like you're launching towards your target, okay? So go up for me, give me a good backswing with a lot of turn. That's one of your other keys, get big turn. Okay, now fire everything towards the target and around. There you go. So you see that finish position there, how that foot's actually come up and you're in your toes instead of just sitting back here like this? That's the feel that you need to have when you finish your golf swing every time, is that everything pushes hard towards your target and you're not just camping on the back foot, okay? When you're taking the club back, okay, one of your key feels here is that the club, you think it stays closed, but that the wrist stays flat and keeps the club square, okay? If you get in here and start opening that face, that club's gonna come down to the golf ball. Look where it's pointing, over at him, right? If we sit here and we keep that thing flat going back, when we turn down to the golf ball, see how that's pointed at the target? Now we can just release that around our body and our club's gonna end up in a good spot every time. Make sense?
Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and comment. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.